Welcome to a special edition of Senior Compass here at Studio One. Katie offered this time slot to promote the upcoming Walk for Memories event on June 17th. That's a Tuesday. And I'm Jane Wyloggy. I'm here with Jane Nelson-Como. She's the Lyon County Program Manager with ACE of Southwest Minnesota. I'm lucky to know Jane for a number of years, and I bet she's a familiar face to many of you too. She's been in this position, her current position, since January of 2024. And today we have two topics to cover, and it fits well together that we can cover so much because Jane wears two hats, and sometimes I'm laughing to myself because she actually has many hats, and she does coordinate both of these programs. And with our special event, it's much more community involved today, but Jane can explain it for us. And maybe we could start with, what is ACE of Southwest Minnesota? I know it's not the hardware store, Jane.
Right. You're correct on that one. ACE of Southwest Minnesota is we do wear many hats. It's Advocate, Connect, and Educate Seniors. I cover Lyon County, and ACE is through 8 different counties. We have Cottonwood, Lincoln, Lyon, Murray, Nobles, Pipestone, Redwood, and Rock counties.
And so it is a senior services organization,
yes.
and then programs that maybe you can highlight some of those. Plus, I think there's some volunteer opportunities, right?
Yep, we always are looking for volunteers. We have volunteers to help us out with what we're talking about today, our Walk for Memories. We have volunteers to help put things together for different classes. There's classes, we have Caregiver Respite, Caregiver Support Group, the first Wednesday of each month. We have a Marshall Area Dementia Awareness Network meeting the first Wednesday of each month. We have a lot of programs that we put on. We have different things. We have a NAPS CSFP Commodity Supplement Food Program. So we do that once the first Tuesday of each month at St. Stephen's Church, and we always need volunteers for that. So if you're interested, come and be a volunteer and help us out.
It's quite a gamut, isn't it? Because people can maybe take home, like in that case, like they could get a food box if they're income eligible kind of thing. Right. But then you can also be a teacher, or you can be visiting someone who needs a friendly visit.
Yep.
Yeah, keep going. I'm excited.
Yeah, and we have just friendly visiting with somebody. Somebody who doesn't have too many family members around, and you can stop and visit them. Those are volunteer hours, or helping with just taking a walk with somebody on a nice day. All kinds of volunteer opportunities, putting together information for our classes or for swag bags, all kinds of things. We also have other classes, Powerful Tools for Caregivers. It's a 6 weeks class that helps participate and help caregivers understand they have to take care of themselves too when they're caring for somebody. I work with a Stepping On class. That's a 7-week class, and we have speakers come in, and we
the speakers during that can give advice about the best way to exercise or how to get
right. It helps you with balance and exercise through your life, and then also a Staying Active and Independent for Life class. It's called SAIL, and that's just what it is. It's just to help you stay active in your life. It's the best medicine.
And are you getting the understanding here that all of this is based on helping senior citizens stay more active in their community, stay independent, stay more healthy? All of that's connected, isn't it?
That is. All connected together.
Did you have one more? Or you? And we're so fortunate here that our local county government supports it, but along with federal, state, and local grants too. And there's an executive director that helps us keep the program going.
Yes.
Another way that we're involved in the community is through something called MADAN. And again, you might have heard that because we've been operating for a number of years in Marshall. It's the Marshall Area Dementia Awareness Network. And recently, Jane was appointed the coordinator for that program as well.
Right.
And what we're trying to do with that program is bring awareness of the issue of memory loss. And
great. And do you have concerns if you have with your memory, Or can we visit about the 10 warning signs of memory loss? All kinds of things through Marshall Area Dementia. And what's normal and what's not. And we try to connect you with information, services, and resources available to help caregivers to people with dementia.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. We, again, as far as these programs being connected, one of the biggest factors of having some problems with dementia, and again, that term just means some type of memory loss, and it could range honestly from a brain injury, a concussion back in the day, but many of you are familiar with the term Alzheimer's connected, and often the Alzheimer's, it kind of sneaks up on people whether they know it or not. Another way might be through a condition like Parkinson's, or even a disease like Lyme disease might have some potential for memory loss. We want to be supportive to people who have that diagnosis, and of course to their families. And I've gotten to be in the aging field working for a number of years, and it's amazing to me in these 40 years how much better we are about helping people. There's been more specifics about different kinds of brain problems.
Right.
And remember, it is about our functioning as we get older. I liked how Jane mentioned, like you might notice that sometimes it's harder the longer we live to remember everything we want to remember. But there's times when we can handle that.
Yeah.
But then if there's a time when you're thinking, I can't think as clearly as I once did, that's when we want to be there with these resources and support.
Right.
And it's such a dramatic change for a person's life if this is something that's diagnosed. I often think it's wild that we don't pay more attention to brain health. In fact, that's kind of where this event that we're planning is connected again to the fact that older people are more likely, just due to age, have more serious memory problems. But that this month, it's called Brain Health Awareness Month. So how can we do a good job of taking care of our brains? I could mention that I'm lucky also to get to watch my 1.5-year-old granddaughter almost every day, and I'm seeing her brain kind of lighting up, and she's getting to learn more things every day. And it's really hard when your person is someone that is not as able to remember things that they once did so easily. So it's kind of a tricky disease to work with.
Right. And everybody, their condition is different. No two people are the same.
Oh, such a good point.
Yeah.
We started talking about the different kinds, and that's why we want to be there for you. Again, another thing I've seen over time is that there's more specific places now where you could live, like a memory care unit that would be more helpful if that's something that happens for your loved one or for yourself. Also that we can help you in this process of finding ways that help, because not everything helps. Everyone's so unique. In fact, I mentioned some of the different causes. Someone might have more than one, and so it's hard to know what the best technique would be to help someone.
And we have, besides places to go to, we have caregiver respite through ACE of Southwest Minnesota. And people can come in to 1 to 3 hours a day, if possible, and they can just to give the caregiver a break.
Okay.
So that's a nice little refreshing.
Yeah, and we want
day.
it to be easier to talk about this because the longer you live, the more chance that this could happen to you. And we want people to know, to be able to talk about it as easily as they do. If you would share about your medical conditions, like if you have high blood pressure or if you have diabetes, like to take some of the stigma away, because this could happen. And I like too that more and more in our world we're hearing about it, like famous people are talking about it more. Yeah. We've also had local families that have been part of this event in the past who've really helped us explain what it's like to, walk the walk and walk with them. Right. I think that's so much of what we're trying to do. And we can maybe come back and have another day just talking about brain health and how to keep your brain going. Because statistics are tough because that's one of the things on our flyer here. It says, yeah, Jane, you can hold it up. Every 65 seconds, someone in the United States develops dementia. And again, we've talked a little bit about dementia, but sometimes I think maybe think about being out in the garden at this time of year. Things are coming up, and there's so many different kinds. You know, you maybe now the roses are blooming, but you also maybe planted some zinnias and some cosmos. That's kind of what the dementia word is, just that whole flower garden, but trying to find which one it is
flower.
that's for you. Like,
Right.
what do you have to deal with?
And every flower is special. So.
Yeah, and so how you might tend to that flower. So that's great.
Yeah.
But we mentioned this month is June. Of June is Brain Awareness Month, but also Brain Health Awareness. It's a special day because another thing that happens is the summer solstice, and that is the longest day of the year where there's light shining, the sun is shining, and that's the coordination that with our event is that we want to do it during that time period of shedding light when there's so much light on this condition and trying to make it more easy to be in our communities, to deal with this. The other way that we've also looked at this is how to make it a fun event. And that's where I know, Jane, you're just going to have a great time explaining that. We're going to, the event, and we'll be showing you again the poster, and I'm sure it'll be on the screen. But our Walk for Memories event is going to be at the Y, and I think that came out of a good relationship that Jane's had there, where it was a great space. In fact, this walk has happened before. We've had it outside at Independence in past years. We've been at the Red Baron Arena. We've been at the Y before, but we're back at the Y, and most of it's going to be inside at the Y, but we're going to transform it into, a flower garden to be specific, but lots of purple, because purple, as I'm wearing today, is the color for dementia awareness and Alzheimer's awareness. So how are we going to set this up, Jane? Talk more about the actual event.
Well, first, everybody wear purple that day. Even if you don't have an Alzheimer's shirt, any purple will do. So we're just coming together to walk with family and friends to honor people who have had dementia and families that have been affected by it. Things can change in instance. So we have from 4 to 7 p.m. we have our Walk for Memories. It's free. There's no registration.
And we should highlight it's a family event.
Right. So, there's things for young to old or old to young. So we have many vendors. We have over 22 vendors.
So you can stop by and get information. Hey, also there's swag bags too, right?
We have swag bags with a lot of good information, and you can carry all your stuff.
And maybe some great little prizes in there.
Yep, prizes. We have door prizes.
Oh,
You can register for some door prizes.
So when you come in, you'd register.
Right. You register, and we have for a coloring table for kids, to adults. Anybody can color.
And I think I heard there's a petting zoo too.
Yep, and there'll be a petting zoo outside in the back, so you can come through, walk, see all the vendors. They're in the one exercise room, and we'll have a photo booth. You can have your picture taken. We have pinwheels, flowers,
and
ribbons.
that's another part of transforming the Y. There's this great big mural that we have of a garden, and with that, when you come in, you'll get like a flower or a pinwheel that you'll be able to come into the meeting room area there, the exercise room, to be able to, again, it's all going to be purple, and then our vendors will be around the room, but you'll be able to take your flower or your pinwheel and put it in front of the mural, and it will just become a lovely garden.
And you can write your name of your loved one if they've had dementia on there, or we have little purple ribbons. You can put their name on there and add it to the garden.
So that's a good point too, because it could be someone that you're honoring and remembering, someone you're commemorating, someone who's maybe currently coping.
Or if they work with people with dementia.
All kinds of caregivers are welcome.
Yep.
But it's just going to be a real big party, and there's going to be food too.
Yep. Their Noon Rotary is making walking tacos, and that's for sale. Walking tacos and a bottle of water for $5, and there'll be popcorn at one of the vendor booths, and also a bake sale with Boulder Creek. They're having a bake sale at their booth too. So. And
we could talk more about, as you come into the venue, then you'll be able to pick up some food and then walk around. It will be about 6 o'clock when we actually start.
Yep, at 6.
A walk.
Yeah, we're doing an honorary walk at 6 p.m.
together. And we're going to, are we going outside? We got to hope for good weather.
Well, we're hoping for good weather. It looks like it's going to be good weather. If it's nice, we'll walk around the sidewalk at the Y. And we have Jazzy, the Wonder Dog from Boulder Creek, is going to lead our walk.
Oh.
So she's going to...
Tell us more about Jazzy. Who's
Jazzy's
Jazzy?
a therapy dog at Boulder Creek that helps calm people with dementia down, and she, they can pet her, hold her on their lap, and she spends a lot of time with the people at Boulder Creek.
So she's going to be all spiffed up and leading the way for
She'll be dressed in her purple with her nice new outfit, and she'll lead the walk, and we have ribbons, or you can carry your pinwheel along, and if it's rainy or too windy, we're going to walk the track up at the Y.
Okay.
And we'll do it in different heats, so, but it should be a fun time.
It won't get too crowded,
It won't get too crowded, so, but yeah, and it's going to be fun. You can watch our ACE of Southwest Minnesota Facebook page or the Marshall Area Dementia Awareness Network Facebook page for more information. I've been advertising on there, and it's just going to be a fun event, so I hope everybody can come in. We're going to have something else. Jane's beautiful shirt she has on.
Oh, yeah.
We have
and
T-shirts.
I was thinking about, for the most part, it's free, just a donation, whatever someone might want to give. We will have shirts for sale, and they look like this, beautiful purple shirt. And there's also going to be an online availability that you can order other kinds of clothing if you are someone who wants to wear purple with us.
Right.
And the opportunity just to turn everything purple, I think we might surprise you with how much purple we have in our bags, that our boxes are all going to come out.
Decorating.
The shirt is really nice this year with a nice quote. It says, "The heart will always remember what the mind no longer can." And we've got a hummingbird and some forget-me-nots going around on the purple shirt. The idea of making it a fun event and a family event, because it can affect across the ages so many people, but the idea of this being something you can cope with in a joyful way, it really, to me, comes from a speaker we've had here before. Her name is Jolene Brackey. She wrote a book, Creating Moments of Joy. And for something that can seem like a big life change or a very dire situation, I think Jolene, the way she has approached helping people with memory loss is just to find the joy in the day, and to find the fun that you can still have with someone, make that connection with someone.
And live in their moment. And that's just kind of go with the flow with things with people, and you get through hard times somehow. And things can change in an instant, but there's always a lot of people out there that can help you.
And
through your
and it's people who want to walk with you on the journey like this. This is probably not something anyone anticipates. Like when you look forward to getting older, I like to think about getting older as the gift of time. That you're able to retire at a certain age, and then you're able to what else can I do in my community, or how do I want to spend my time? Am I going to travel? And then you might get a diagnosis like this that changes everything. To your point, Jane. But again, we want to be there for the people who are traveling down that road. It's kind of like if you're in the ditch, you can get help, if you're traveling. So then we want to be that for someone.
And there's a lot of help out there. So, and just don't be afraid to ask for help. Just can give us a call.
And at our event, too, the funds that we do collect, and I'm sure the Rotary will be donating whatever they can from that fundraising part, we'll go back to bringing programs. Last fall, we had a caregiver day that we had an education opportunity, so that this money will stay here in our community that we are able to raise from this. And regardless of any kind of funds that you're able to share with us, we want to just let you know about different programs that we can find, or you tell us what's missing from our communities. Here, also, we should point out that Lincoln County, the program manager there, Jody, she's bringing over a bunch of folks from Lincoln County.
They're going to try to start one up in Lincoln County too, but she's helping us out this year at our YMCA Walk for Memories.
So that there's more hands that can help, and one realizes, I think, when something changes like this. So as we go ahead, we, again, just kind of going over the facts here today. This is Tuesday, June 17th for our event. It's from 4 to 7. If you want to walk in honor of someone, come with us. Be there at 6 o'clock. We'll have an actual starting time with our lovely Wonder Dog.
Jazzy the Wonder Dog.
And everyone around the building. And then...
And we have swag bags for the first 200 people, so come on over.
Okay, that's a really good thing.
Yep. And we'll have the giveaways and drawings and all the vendor booths, over 22 vendors. Live music, and we'll have some music playing, and the T-shirts for sale, and the food available by the Marshall Noon Rotary for purchase. Walking tacos.
Is there anything we've left out that we can? I think we've got it all covered there.
And thank the YMCA in Marshall, for letting us be inside, because you never know what the weather is in Minnesota.
Yeah, we want that opportunity. No tornado warnings coming up on us.
So it'll be a good day.
And we talked about the ways that you can cope, but I think for us, we're wanting to create those happy memories. That is what we're actually trying to do in this day, this actual next week with our walk, because memories are the best thing. And so it's important to collect them. Like, you have this time to make memories. If you're fortunate to live a longer life, and let's make it a fun day. We invite the whole community, and we would just welcome.
From young to old. And remember the petting zoo. But it should be a good time. Good time.
So for now, this is Jane and Jane signing off. We're grateful to get to talk to you about this event.
Thank you.